Okay, so if I say the name Toyota Camry, be honest, what pops into your head?
Reliability.
The safe bet, right?
Yeah.
For, 40 years now? It's just been the synonym for a solid family sedan.
Absolutely. It's the vanilla ice cream of cars. You're not buying it to make your heart race. You're buying it because you know it will start every single morning.
Exactly. It's the car you get when you just need to get to work.
Yeah.
But that's where things get a little messy this year.
A little messy is an understatement. We've been digging through everything on the 2026 model dealer comparisons, IIHS reports, technical service bulletins, and the picture is not boring reliability.
Not at all. It's more like an identity crisis.
It's a total paradox. I mean, on one hand, you have the professional reviewers, Edmunds and the like, giving it an 8.3 out of 10. They're praising its composed confidence.
And on the other hand,
You go to Kelley Blue Book, actual owners, it's sitting at a 1.8 out of 5 stars.
1.8. That's a staggering difference. That's not a small disagreement. That's a canyon.
It is, and it's not just about a glitchy radio. We're talking about a massive do not drive advisory from the government.
So that's the mission for this deep dive. Is the 2026 Camry a misunderstood marvel of engineering, or has the king of reliability finally really stumbled?
Let's find out.
Okay, let's start with the basics. If you walk onto a dealership lot today, the first thing you'll notice is that a huge piece of Camry history is just gone from under the hood.
The V6 engine,
Yeah.
It's gone. Dead and buried. Starting with the 2025 redesign, and now in 2026, the Camry is exclusively a hybrid.
No more gas-only option at all.
Nope, it's a hybrid full stop, which is a bold move.
It feels bold. So if I'm a traditional buyer, am I giving up power? Does hybrid still mean, slow?
Surprisingly, no. In fact,
Yeah.
it's arguably better. They've standardized what they call the 5th generation Toyota hybrid system, or THS5.
THS5. Is that just marketing, or does the 5 actually mean something?
No, it's a legitimate engineering leap. Think about older hybrids, right? You'd floor it to get on the highway.
And the engine would just scream, but the car wouldn't really go anywhere for a second.
Exactly, the rubber band effect. It felt disconnected.
Yeah.
THS5 uses more powerful electric motors and a lighter battery to fill in those gaps immediately. So when you ask for power, you actually get it. It feels much more direct.
Okay, so the power's there. And the trade-off, or I guess the benefit is the gas mileage. The numbers I saw they're kind of eye-watering.
The headline stat is 51 miles per gallon combined for the LE trim.
51.
51. I mean, let's put that in real-world terms. In a state like California, your monthly fuel cost is around $111. The average midsize sedan, closer to $215.
So you're saving over $100 a month. That's like giving yourself a $1,200 a year raise just for driving the car.
Exactly. That's the logical argument for this car.
Okay, so if the car is technically better, it's faster, it saves you a ton of money, why are the owners so furious?
Because the powertrain is a win, but the packaging around it is, let's say, confusing. Toyota seems terrified of the Camry being seen as an old person's car.
So they're trying to make it cool.
They're leaning in hard.
Oh.
For 2026, they have the Nightshade edition.
Right, the classic blackout package. Slap some black badges on it and call it sporty.
It's the cool dad starter pack, basically. And to be fair, it looks great. You get these 19-inch bronze or black wheels, a black spoiler. It looks sharp standing still.
But you don't drive a car standing still.
And there's the trap. The Nightshade, along with the SE and XSE trims, it comes with a sport-tuned suspension.
Which is just industry code for stiff.
Very stiff. And this is where the owner reviews just turn brutal. People buy a Camry expecting a cloud. They want soft, they want isolated, they see the cool-looking Nightshade, they buy it, and then they hit their first pothole.
And they feel every single crack in the road.
Every single one. It's a total misalignment of expectations. One owner literally described the ride as like a go-kart, and he did not mean that as a compliment.
I can see how that would be jarring. The experts on a smooth test track say it's composed, but a commuter in Chicago is having a very different experience.
A hugely different experience. And it's not just the ride. The complaints about the seats are relentless. The most common phrase I saw in the one-star reviews was that the new seats feel like, and I'm quoting, sitting on a hard floor.
Ouch. For a car that people use for long commutes and road trips, that's a deal breaker.
It seems like they use this really firm foam to, hold you in place for aggressive cornering.
Which no one is doing in a Camry.
Almost no one. And the result is it's just not comfortable for a 2-hour drive.
Okay, so stiff suspension, hard seats. That explains a lot of the low ratings. But that doesn't get you a do not drive order. We need to get to the heavy stuff.
The elephant in the room, NHTSA campaign 25V869.
This one jumped out at me. A normal recall is like your infotainment might reboot. An advisory that says park outside is, well, that's another level.
Park outside is code. It's industry code for fire risk. They don't want the car burning down your garage and your house with it.
So what's actually failing, I saw, was the inverter assembly. Can you break that down for us?
Sure. So think of your hybrid battery. It stores a huge amount of energy as DC, or direct current.
Okay.
But the electric motors that turn the wheels, they need AC, alternating current. The inverter is the translator in the middle. It takes all that high voltage DC power and converts it to AC thousands of times a second. It's handling a massive electrical load.
And the translator broke.
It wasn't built right.
Yeah.
There was a manufacturing error at the Denso plant in Tennessee. For a few months between August 26 and November 18th, 2025, a machine wasn't set correctly.
And what did that do?
It meant that a specific bolt inside that inverter assembly wasn't torqued down properly. It was left too loose.
It all comes down to a single loose bolt.
A single loose bolt in a high voltage box. If that bolt vibrates loose over time, one of two things happens. Best case, the connection gets spotty, the car freaks out, and you instantly lose all motive power on the highway.
Which is incredibly dangerous.
Oh yeah, you're just coasting. But the worst case is why you have to park outside. If that bolt falls off completely, it can land on the circuit board, bridge a positive and negative connection.
A short circuit.
A massive short circuit. And that creates enough heat almost instantly to ignite the components and start a fire right under your hood.
Wow. And how many cars are we talking about?
About 55,400 vehicles. That includes some Corolla Cross hybrids too. So if you bought one in that window, you are essentially driving a lottery ticket until you check the VIN.
And there's no immediate fix, right? Owners are just waiting.
That's the big frustration. Letters were supposed to go out, but fixing or replacing 55,000 sealed inverter units is a logistical nightmare. So you have people making payments on a brand new car they're literally afraid to drive.
That explains the 1.8 scars. It doesn't matter how great your MPG is if the car might be an incendiary device.
It shatters the core promise. You buy a Toyota for peace of mind. This recall just obliterates that promise from day one.
I want to zoom out a bit from the recall. There's another layer of frustration I saw in the sources, and it's this move into the subscription economy.
The gotcha moment, yeah.
It feels particularly weird in a car like a Camry.
It is. So you see the digital key feature in the brochure. You think, great, I can use my phone to unlock the call.
Which is pretty standard tech now.
Right. But on the Camry, that feature is part of the Remote Connect subscription. You get a 1-year trial, but after that, it's about $15 a month to keep using your phone as a key.
Hold on. So I buy the car. The hardware is in my car, but I have to rent the ability to use my own hardware.
Effectively, yes. You're renting access to the capability. And it's the same for navigation. The built-in cloud navigation requires a Drive Connect subscription. Stop paying, and your maps stop getting live traffic or updates.
That feels like a real friction point for a traditional Camry buyer who might keep this car for, 10 or 15 years.
It's a huge psychological shift. You used to buy a Toyota and be done with it. Now the car is a recurring bill. It changes the feeling of ownership.
It really does. Okay, so let's play devil's advocate. We've hit the bad stuff. Hard fire risk, subscriptions, hard seats. Where is the 2026 Camry actually good?
In a crash, if we're talking pure safety, it's phenomenal. The IAHS give it a top safety pick plus a SKA.
And they've made those tests a lot harder recently, right?
Much harder. They have a new side impact test with a heavier barrier moving faster to simulate getting T-boned by a modern SUV. The Camry got a good rating, the highest possible score. The structure is a tank.
So it's a very safe place to be if the worst happens.
Incredibly safe. There was, however, one tiny blemish in the government testing from NHTSA.
What was that?
While the passenger got a 5-star rating in frontal crashes, the driver specifically got 4 stars.
Huh. Why the split?
The sensor data just showed slightly higher forces on the driver's chest and legs than is ideal. Now, a 4-star rating is still very safe, but for Toyota, where you expect 5 stars across the board, it's a little surprising.
And what about the tech that's supposed to stop the crash from happening in the first place? Toyota Safety Sense 3.0.
It's actually really, really good. The feature that stands out is called Proactive Driving Assist.
Okay, what does that do?
It's fascinating. It works even when cruise control is off. The car's always watching. If you're heading into a curve a bit too fast, it will apply just a little bit of brake to smooth it out for you.
So it's helping you drive better, subtly.
Exactly. Or if you get too close to the car ahead in traffic, it'll gently slow you down. It's not taking over, it's like a co-pilot making tiny adjustments to reduce your fatigue. It's one of the few tech features that really adds to that soothing quality everyone talks about.
Interesting. Before we wrap, what about the rest of the cabin? We talked about the hard seats, but is it a nice place to be?
They're trying. The dash is very horizontal, makes the car feel wide. On the higher trims, the XLE and XSE, you get these big dual 12.3-inch screens that look very modern.
And the materials?
They're using a lot of soft text, which is synthetic leather, and this stuff called Dynamica.
Dynamica. Sounds like a comic book character.
It's basically a fancy synthetic suede. But the benefit is that it's temperature neutral. It doesn't get scorching hot in the summer or ice cold in the winter like leather does.
That actually sounds really nice.
It's a great premium touch, but again, we're back to the paradox. It doesn't matter how nice the fabric is if the foam underneath it feels like a park bench.
Right, so let's try to tie this all together. The 2026 Camry it's a car of contradictions. It's the most efficient ever, it's incredibly safe in a crash, but it's also suffering from a manufacturing crisis and a suspension that seems to alienate its core buyers.
That's the perfect summary. It's a car that aces the spreadsheet MPG, safety scores, resale value, but it completely fumbles the actual human experience of driving it.
It tried so hard to be cool that it forgot to be comfortable.
Precisely.
So for you listening, if you're in the market and the Camry's on your list, what's the actionable advice here?
Number one, and this is non-negotiable, the VIN check. If you're looking at a 2026 model, you have to know when it was built. Was it between August 26th and November 18th, 2025?
And if it was?
Check the recall status. If that inverter assembly recall has not been completed by a dealer, you walk away. Period. Do not buy a car that you have to park on the street.
Crystal clear. What about the ride quality? If I want a Camry but I don't want a go-kart, what do I do?
You have to vote with your test drive, and you have to look at the wheels. Do not get seduced by the looks of the Nightshade or the XSE if you care about comfort.
Because of the suspension of the tires.
Exactly. Those trims have 19-inch wheels with these very thin, low-profile tires. There's no rubber there to absorb bumps. If you want that classic soft Camry feel, you need to stick with the LE or the XLE.
Which have smaller wheels.
Right, 16 or 18-inch wheels. That extra inch of rubber sidewall makes a world of difference.
So ignore the black badges, get the smaller wheels, and save your back.
And honestly, just sit in the car for 15 minutes in the dealer lot before you even start the engine. If you feel pressure points then, it's going to be absolute torture 3 hours into a road talk.
Good advice.
Yeah.
You know, as we wrap up, I keep coming back to the Camry's reputation. It was the bulletproof car, the unkillable appliance.
The gold standard for reliability.
With 55,000 cars parked outside because of fire risk and a subscription fee for your own car key, are we just seeing the end of the simple, reliable car?
I think we are. I mean, the more efficiency we demand, the more complexity we get. Inverters, software, high voltage systems. The Camry isn't a simple machine anymore. It's a computer on wheels. And computers crash.
And the big question is, are people willing to tolerate computer problems in a car they bought specifically to avoid problems?
That is the question to chew on. Is it possible to be both high-tech and bulletproof? Or is this just a stumble on the road to an all-electrified future?
Something to think about. Thanks for breaking it all down.
Anytime.
And to you listening, check those VINs and maybe think twice before you subscribe to your own car. We'll see you on the next deep dive.